It to Martha, Lazarus' sister, I am the resurrection and the life. Those who believe in me, even though they die, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. The liturgy thus invites us, in light of the fact that Holy Week is drawing near, to relive the events of the Lord's Passion, the entry into Jerusalem, the Last Supper, the trial, the crucifixion, the burial, so that we must grasp their most authentic meaning and open ourselves to the gift of grace they contain.
Che tali avvenimenti trovano il loro compimento per la nostra salvezza.
These events are fulfilled in the risen Christ who has conquered death and lives within us through baptism for our salvation and the fullness of life. His grace illumines this world, which seems to constantly search for novelty and change, even at the cost of sacrificing important things: time, energy, values, affections. As if fame, material goods, entertainment, and fleeting relationships could fulfill our hearts, could fill our hearts, and make us immortal. It is a symptom of a longing for the infinite that each of us carries within us, a need that cannot be satisfied by passing things. Nothing finite can quench our inner thirst, for we are made for God, and we find no peace until we rest in Him. The account of the resurrection of Lazarus then invites us to listen to this profound need, and with the power of the Holy Spirit, to free our hearts from habits conditioning our way of thinking, which, like boulders, shut us away in the tombs of selfishness, materialism, violence, and superficiality. In these places there is no life, but only confusion, dissatisfaction, and loneliness. Jesus also cries out to us, "Come out," urging us to emerge from these cramped spaces, renewed by His grace, to walk in the light of love as new women and men, capable of hoping and loving, without calculation and without measure, according to the model of His infinite charity. May the Virgin Mary help us to live these holy days with her faith, her trust, and her fidelity, so that the glorious experience of encountering her risen Son may be renewed in us each day.
Angelus Domini nunciavit Mariae,
et concepit Spiritus Sancto.
Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Et verbum caro factum est.
Et habitavit in nobis.
Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Santa Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ora pro nobis, Sancta Dei Genitrix.
Digne ficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Oremus. Gratiam tuam quesumus Domine mentibus nostris infunde, ut qui angelo nuntiante Christi filii tui incarnationem coniovimus per passionem eius et crucem ad resurrectionis gloriam perducamur per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus defunctis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine,
Et lux perpetua lucea Teis.
requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Dominus vobiscum,
Et cum spiritu tuo,
sit nomen Domini benedictum,
ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum,
adiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen.
Cari fratelli e sorelle,
Dear brothers and sisters,
continuo a seguire con sgomento la situazione in Medio Oriente, così come
I continue to follow the situation in the Middle East with deep dismay, as well as events in other parts of the world. We cannot remain silent in the face of the suffering of so many people, so many defenseless people, victims of these conflicts. What touches them in actual fact wounds the whole humanity. Death and pain provoked by these wars are a scandal for the entire human family, and I cry to God. I renew with force the appeal to persevere in prayer so that these hostilities may end, that we may open to the journey of peace founded on dialogue, sincere dialogue, and respect the dignity of each person. Today in Rome, there is a great marathon with many athletes who come from different parts of the world. This is a sign of hope. May sport continue to open up ways of peace and society and inclusion of society and spirituality. I greet all of you Romans from different parts of the world, and many of you here in Rome today.
In a special way, those who come from the Diocese of Cordoba in Spain. I also welcome with joy these are pilgrims from different parishes. Here, there's one from Rome, the Parroquia di Santa Maria di Grazia. Young people of Nave from the Diocese of Brescia. Young people from the Diocese of Florence. I wish all of you a beautiful Sunday. And that is how then the Holy Father concludes his noonday Angelus today, making once again the appeal for peace, that we cannot remain silent in the face of suffering of so many defenseless people, and then greeted thousands of athletes who are currently in Rome participating in the Roman Marathon, and then different groups that are gathered here in the square today. This then concludes the live broadcast of the recitation of the noonday Angelus with Pope Leo XIV here in St. Peter's Square on this Sunday, March 22nd, the 5th Sunday in Lent. For continued coverage of today's Angelus, as well as other Vatican and world news, please visit the Vatican News web portal and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. On behalf of Vatican Media, my name is Bonga Majola, and it's been a pleasure to accompany you today. We wish you all a blessed Sunday. Praised be Jesus Christ. Laudetur Jesus Christus.